have John Vivadelli with AgileQuest with me. John, thanks for joining us.
Hey Hugh, how are you doing?
Good. Listen, let's. Why don't you start by telling us what AgileQuest does, what you sell, who you sell it to, and kind of what its benefit is.
Great. What I'd like to start out with is why we're in business, why AgileQuest exists first before we get into what. Why we're in business is I started the company in order to create a place where people love to go to work. That's something that I felt really important. We only have so much time in our lives, time being the most important thing. And what I felt is to create a place where I love to go to work and I did the things that I really wanted to do. If I could do that for my employees, that they would gravitate towards that. Interestingly, what we've also done is create a company that builds products and services for people who love what they do. And so those products and services are probably best described by an analogy. So there's something called Uber out there now. And Uber, Airbnb, Zipcar, these are products and services in what is called the sharing economy. And what that means is Uber shares a very expensive asset called a person's automobile and shares that asset to many people. Airbnb shares a very expensive asset called a person's home to lots of people. And so what we're trying to do is leverage expensive assets and share that amongst the population. Well, AgileQuest does that for commercial real estate. What we do is we help large organizations to share their very expensive asset called commercial real estate. By the way, it's about their second largest expense after people. Share that amongst their population for two main benefits. For the end user, for the person, they get a great freedom and choice in where they want to go to work. And that increases their productivity anywhere from 5 to 25%. On the asset side for the corporation, what the corporation gets is they now understand the actual use of their space. They know how much they need. They know how much they can get rid of. And they can save anywhere between 20 and 50% of their real estate asset that they are currently paying for now. And that often for large organizations, that'll translate into hundreds of millions of dollars a year in real estate cost reduction, energy reduction, and CO2 footprint reduction.
That makes a lot of sense. And I think that sharing economy analogy and the growth of that piece of our economy is significant. How do you take your offering to market, John? How do you get out there and sell what you offer to folks?
We have a direct sales force. We work through partners, which is also important. A lot of referrals and word of mouth. We've built our business based on doing a really good job. And those referrals come from our customers. They come from the market in general. We've been in business for 20 years, so we've developed a worldwide brand around what we do. So a lot of referrals. And just to kind of draw a distinction, there's a marketing effort that AgileQuest has along with a sales effort. And the marketing effort is relatively new, last couple of years. And we find that has been very, very good for us. Not just a sales effort, but a separate marketing effort.
No, that's helpful. So in that regard, where do things just are humming along for you, and where do you think, gee, I need to tweak stuff, or I'm still kind of learning as I go, or
Right. I think, yeah, the marketing side is something that we're relatively new at, although we're putting the pieces in place, the architecture in place for doing a really good job in marketing, and I think there's some learning going on there for AgileQuest. And I think that's probably from a standpoint of all the different areas, sales, development, tech support, all the different lines of business. I think marketing is the place that, in my mind, I did not understand. Coming from IBM, you would think I would, but I didn't really understand the power of marketing for a while. And putting effort and time and energy into that has made a big difference for us.
Oh, that's great to hear. Then that makes a lot of sense. Well, let's finish up with one question. You've been at this 20 years. You've been through several technology cycles. What's kind of your biggest takeaway about running a software and service firm? What sort of struck you or stuck with you all these years?
Well, one of the things that we continue to do here at AltaQuest is to provide a learning organization, an organization that continues to improve, that continues to learn new things. Our hallmark is to listen to our customers and to innovate. I would have to say that for all those companies out there that maybe are just getting started, they've been at it for a year or two, I've read a really good book, and something that is it's really a how to run a business. There's a lot of books out there that describe how HP did it or how Dell did or other things. But I found this book to be how do you actually run a business. It's by a mentor of mine named Verne Harnish, and it's called Mastering the Rockefeller Principles. And I find that construct, that structure, was really valuable to us in helping us to get our arms around running a business, and maybe it would be valuable to others as well.
Well, thanks for that recommendation. I'll make sure I note that on our blog post. Well, John, thanks for taking time with us, and hope things go well this year. And it's good to catch up.
Hugh, thank you. Take care.